Hello and welcome back to FS22 with Riverview, and we'll start our tractor and continuing our baling. I've got the AI going and doing the other field. I said that I like to mow, but get the contracts done, I figured. May as well. And see what we can do. Oh, we've lost something. What have we lost? We've lost chat. There we go. Put chat up and then we can see what we're doing. We're on that. We don't want to be on that. We want to be on that. That's better. So it's been a busy day. We've been out most of it. Got back and couldn't be bothered to cook, so we went to the chip shop, fish and chip shop, and you're not dropping, okay? Oh. ACBW, how are you? I'm good, thanks. So we got couldn't be bothered to cook, so we went to the fish and chip shop and ordered in. And pointless that was, because most of it went to waste. Everybody wasn't as hungry as they thought. So yeah. Going. We're driving like this. Let's crank that up. I'm doing pretty good too. Thanks. Awesome. Good to hear. So I managed to catch one of your streams the other day. Funny enough, CGD was in here when I was streaming Medieval Dynasty the other week now. And I keep getting you guys mixed up. I don't know why. He streams on Twitch, you stream on YouTube. I keep thinking he's the one that's from America and you're the one that's from UK. I don't know why. Really, ugh. But yeah, so he was on about he liked the look of the game, and I'm telling him how much it is to buy in dollars. Well, it's like £13.50 on CD keys. So it's about $17, $18, and he goes, yeah, so it's £13.50, and I'm like, hang on, you're in the US, why are you going in the UK, British sterling, and then it dawned on me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm thinking of CBW. All right, Roy, how's things? They're going well, thanks, Massey. How are you? Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to see you as well, It's you have to escape real life, especially at the moment with how things are, and so farm sim is my world. I like to escape into and seeing other people doing their thing on in the game, and those fields that you were doing, huge, huge, huge fields. Hey, Cersei. I'm good, thank you. Not bad, thanks, mate. Awesome. Hey, DJ. But yeah, it's been hectic these past couple of days. I was going to stream yesterday. I was going to do some Satisfactory, and then I was like, nah, you know what? Hey, Jed. And I was like, no, I wanted to. I was enjoying it, but I was so tired, and I was like, if I'm talking, I'm probably going to be, not really with it, kind of thing, and that wouldn't be a good thing. So I did it as a private stream, and but there might be a time in the near future when I'm streaming Satisfactory playing with Farmer Dad. You're in trouble, lol. Oh, why? What have I done? Let's go. Hey, Crufty. Oh, that's why I'm in trouble. I did put in chat that I was contemplating on which one I wanted to do. If I wanted to go hunting and grind for white-tailed deer, or if I wanted to do farm sim. And I've got these baling contracts I really need to do, and so I was like, you know what? Let's go and do that. Let's go and get them done. Because this save is purely streaming only. I got it. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the heads up. But yeah, well, I'm sure you already know that Crofty's streaming over on Twitch. So if you don't, go and give a a hello. Yeah, get my words out in a minute. Go and say hi. She's currently doing Ebony Island. Hey, Hellfire. I'm doing well, thank you. How about yourself? What was that, a deer floating? Sure, that was a deer floating. They're still in training, honestly. You'd think they'd be perfect by now. Perfectionists. But no. Apparently they continue training all year round. Although there is talk about somebody's worked out how to stop floating deer. Because they only ever float when I'm by a tree. And they've managed to make a script that only has the deer spawn within fields, not by trees. Or in trees, amongst trees. And I don't know if that script is available for console or can be put in a map that would then work in console. I don't know if it's a giant script or anything. But and in all fairness, I don't want to be releasing another update for any of these maps unless there's something found that needs to be fixed. And I know, unfortunately, one thing was found on Ebony Island today. Field 63, it only affects you if you're doing a contract. 63 will say that it has a contract on there for you to do. But the only reason it was picked up today was because when they looked at field 63, 63 was still showing as growing and was showing as oats on there, but they was meant to be doing, hi Tina, they was meant to be doing a wheat contract. 62, however, had wheat and it was ready to harvest, so they went and harvested field 62, which then gave them the required requirements for the contract. So yeah, I kind of, but that isn't a game breaking thing, doesn't require a new game or anything, it's just unfortunately something that wasn't picked up in testing by any of us. So that's on me because that's a mistake that I made, and obviously, and unfortunately wasn't picked up on by any of the testers because they would have only found it if there's doing contracts on said fields. But yeah, we've got quite a few baling contracts to do. 2, 3 more fields to go. The last time I was streaming, I was like, you know what, let's go and take all the silage contracts and get them going. And there's probably more up there now. Normally I play on 3 times speed, but because of how many contracts I've got, was like, yeah, that might be a bad idea. We'll go down this one. We'll get that one in the minute. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having fun. Hopefully you're all ready for Christmas, more importantly. And if you haven't got any major plans for Christmas, hopefully you know, you get some arrangements in place so you can have fun and enjoy whatever you have planned at that point. I don't drink alcohol, but I'm contemplating on buying some alcohol. Seriously, am. The, the kids have been teenagers, you know. Those of you who've got kids and they've got teenagers will definitely, or have had teenagers, will definitely understand. And my daughter and son have definitely been pushing buttons this year around. So, yeah. Buttons I didn't even realise I had. Only downside to this mod that I've got is you end up going this slow when you're 90% full. Don't know if it's available on console, but I can't remember where Mum and Dad got it from. I think it's a script and it's only available on PC. But it means that I can just keep going, I don't have to stop. And the baler will automatically, or the tractor will automatically stop when the baler needs to be unloaded. And so it works like the fast baler. Might actually be a console script because it might be the script from the fast baler. And I'm pretty sure Giants have got that on console because they released it themselves, didn't they? Oops. Well, I'll just knock that baler around, it'll be fine. A little bit of a rubbing. Won't hurt. But yeah, we've got cosplay doing a field. Hey Joe, welcome in. Got cosplay doing a field, and we're doing this field, and we've got a lot of bales to pick up when we're all done. And that luckily, if I remember correctly, they're all going to the same place. I'm sure I checked that out last time we was on, and was happy to see them all going to the bale market. I know on Ebony I took a load of silage bales out and then realised like half of them was going to the bale market and the other half was going to the BGA. And I nearly dropped a whole load into the bale market. Good job I checked and that my tractor was a front loader. Oh, you would have to be in the way, wouldn't you? It's fine. We'll deal with you when we get there. We'll give you a loving tap. Move out of my way, bale. Thank you. Shall we pick these bits up? They're really going to be enough to do a bale. There probably won't be, so we won't. We'll leave them. It's all good. But yeah. So yeah, we'll just leave them. Go to the next field. The The reason I took baling contracts on is because I want to get cows started next season. So, was it that one? No, not that one. Next one. So I want to start storing some silage bales. And what better place to start than doing a baling contract, huh? I hadn't got anything to do anyway. I'm waiting on my fields to grow. So, hey DJ. Um, if if I uh, if I do get the next farm sim game, and believe me, Giants have got to come out with something spectacular for the next one, because this one currently offers everything that I need in farm sim to get my fix. Did I pick that up last time? I did. Yes, good. Let's get going again. But I'm not going to be doing any potato harvesting. Not yet anyway. When I get pigs going, I will. And but I won't be using a self-propelled. Not unless I have a big field. And then I'll have so many potatoes I won't know what to do with them all. But the idea for this map is to own the whole map and not demolish any farms, not remove any animal pens, have every animal pen going. That's the plan. No taters. Well, that's not fun. They'll come. They will come. Believe me. That will happen. Same with sugar beet, most likely. It'll be fun though. When back in FS17, when I joined the Monkey Show, we put what was then known as Newbie Farm. See all the bales I've got to pick up, and we've got that field, and that field to go. I've got all of those bales yet to pick up, and no one's off this one in a minute. But anyway, we went to this field. This was sugar beets, was it? No, potatoes. No, potatoes. And this has got a hill in the middle, by the way, for those who haven't been on this map. Do I know who I'm talking to? Yeah, DJ Club, DJ Club, DJ Club. No, I don't. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. DJ Club. See, now I'm embarrassed because I don't know who you are. That's bad. But me and names just don't go very far. Somebody could tell me their name, and then, I could walk away 5-10 minutes after walking away and be like, "Who is he talking to?" Yeah, I don't know. Don't know his name. He told you his name though, right? Yeah, I just forgot it. The other thing I'm always forgetting is, if, say, my mom goes, "Can you go to the shop for me? Here's the money. Can you go and get me this?" If that money, that change goes in my pocket, unless you ask for it back, you won't get it back. The money will still be there. A week later, you could go, "Have you got my change?" And you'd be like, "Oh yeah, there you go." Did I not give it you back? No. Oh, hang on. And I'll pat myself down and be like, "Oh yeah, there you go." I won't use the money. It's just I put it in my pocket and I forget. Names and money. So, or anything that goes in my pocket for that matter, not just money, anything. Once it's in my pocket, it's out of sight, it's out of mind. But DJ Club. last time we were talking, you came to me 200 sub special stream on Riverview. Wow. And you uh, trying to think, because I've been to so many people's streams. It's crazy. Long time ago. I even watched you when you was making this map. Hello, you did? Wow. Wow. Hi, Mr. T-Bone. Here comes one of the kids down the stairs. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm good, thank you. You watch, you watched me, you watched me making this map in 22. Did I stream making this map in 22? Hang on. How many subs you got now then, DJ? To your channel? Yes, I can go to channel. I'm just looking over. Was it a rags to riches by any chance that you did on Riverview? You're in my Discord. Almost 450. At the beginning, yup, you just started this one. That was 8 months ago. 9 months ago. 8 months ago. No, it was even longer than that because it was on it's been out on ModUp for I think it's 9 months this month. And it was on Hey Miss Wild Style. It was on King's Mods when I first done it. Because it didn't have the animal farms how they are now. Because I can tell you exactly what I was doing. I was playing Elm Creek even. I'd harvested a few fields. I'd bought a few fields over the back of the stream behind your farm, your starting farm. And I'd bought a few fields back there. I'd planted them, harvested them, and then I was in Discord and someone jumped in Discord and went, the Giants editor's out. And I'm like, is it? And I immediately went and downloaded Giants Editor, saved my game, closed my game down, didn't touch that save again until the other day. And then I got an achievement for 1 year, the 1 year achievement. I only had a few fields done. So I was okay. And yeah. because originally the order that it was going to be Riverview would be made and released first, then Maypole, the way that I had made them. But I got them both ported over into 22. I couldn't work out how to get the animal pens. You did a live stream on it one day. I did. Wow. You've got a really good memory. I can't. Oof, love hearing that voice, like, man. I'm I'm going to say, gonna keep dropping in and out of chat, bud. No problem. You're streaming as well. But anyone who's just dropped in, go and check out Crofty on Twitch. She's doing Ebony Island right now. Fantastic streamer, and I'm sure you'll love her content, and she'll make you laugh. That's a definite. Or or she'll make you cry when you find out that you broke her heart like I did. I'm only joking. But yeah, you should definitely go and check her out though. What was I saying? Yeah, field, that big field, we was doing potatoes on it. We had three or four potato harvesters going. Wasn't fun. And we was field dumping them. We had a lot of potatoes to pick up that day and go and sell. It was just something to do, you know. But I Riverview is one of my favourite maps, to be honest. I do love a Riverview. For me, this is where it all began. You know, Newbie Farm, Riverview. That's why that sign's there as a memorial to what it was once known as. It's where it all began for me, and so it holds a special place in my heart. The This map was never designed around multiplayer, but was designed around multiplayer or the concept of multiplayer. It was never designed around being multiplayer, multi-farm. That was Giants made their thing when they added the multiple farm option in. I know back before that became an option, a few people used to play kind of around that kind of feel, where they would they'd all be on the same farm, but they'd have their own equipment, and they'd use a mod where you could lock vehicles, and that would be their way around owning said vehicles. We had some wonderful streams with cricket, as Maypole was about to be released for all platforms. Yeah, 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 I remember them streams. I haven't seen him stream for a while. Hopefully he's okay. Love Maypole too. I don't know how many of you have heard the story, but 2019 or FS 2019, I was actually going to stop making maps altogether. That was going to be my last farm sim of map making. I was going to just sit there and play other people's work and not my own work for once, and enjoy farm sim for what it really is. And I wasn't even going to get FS 22. I sure hope cricket streams as well soon. He has been good, just busy. I know the last time I caught him, it's got been a couple of months back now. Um, he said they got a few things going on. Obviously, he didn't go into detail what they were, but busy time of the year as well. So I can understand why some people disappear off the radar. But yeah, hopefully, hopefully he does, even if it's only, no, an hour stream, just to let us all know that he's all good. Or the post out there that for the new year, he's hoping to, do a stream or something. I prefer Western Wild, and I think that the other was called No Man's Land or something like that. My mind is not very good at remembering. They aren't they? Alien Gyms is No Man's Land. I know we did another map. I can't remember what that map was. No Man's Land, I think, was made in 2019. That was a port, and then he done a new map for 22. I believe. That might have been Western Wilds or Wild West, Western Wilds. I can't say for sure. Are you going to make another map? Yes. The plan is in February. I want to make a more open style map rather than hedges and everything around. Make it a bit more open. So you might see 2 new maps coming out in next year at some point. It's probably been a couple of months, and yes, he lost. Oh, okay. AJ. Now I know who you are. AJ. Yeah, now I remember you. Yes, I watched you stream a few times. Oh, no, is that? Yeah, it was AJ. Oh, AJ did Western Wilds. Okay, not the person I'm thinking then. AJ's a streamer that I used to watch. I don't think he streamed for a while actually. He streams on Twitch, I believe. Yeah, Twitch. And I'm a member of his Discord. Since I've been releasing maps on ModHub, I have to admit I've got quite a few Discords that I've joined. No, I'm not AJ. I'll have to watch one of your voice videos. Once I hear your voice, then I'll remember who you are. Voices I'm good with. Names, not so well. Not so good. Unless I've been recent and I've been in and out quite a lot then. Or you've got a distinctive name like CBW. I see a lot in people's streams. And you make maps for FS22. I do. This is one of my own maps right now that I'm playing. Riverview, Maypole and Ebony Island. Crofty's over on Twitch right now streaming Ebony Island. CDG, I don't know if he's still going, but CDG over on Twitch is currently streaming on Maypole. And I'm doing Riverview. The next map, one of the maps I want to do is a bit. The traffic will drive on the right hand side of the road, so but I won't give it a location. I'm going to leave that to the player, because back when I first done Riverview, or Newbie Farmers it was then known, I never put roads actually in. I painted the roads in, and I never put traffic in, and people were like, why don't you put traffic in? And I said, because I don't want people to the map to be set in a specific location. I want the player to go, well, this is where this map's set for them, so they could be open their own creative side and and go from there. By putting the traffic in, I condemned it to being um, UK or from a country that they drive on the left hand side, like Australia, uh, China, things like that. And so I said it was a UK map. Well, I feel special now that I've met you and caught your stream. Well, I feel special that everybody's here, you know. So, touche. Um, so the next map I want to do, I want to make it so the traffic drives on the right hand side of the road, and then the player can choose where that map's located. I won't give it a location. It'll be a fictional map, and it'll be where you want it to be set as a player. And but open, much more open land. So those who are in the over in the States or in Australia can go, well, yeah, it's Australian, although they drive on the left hand side, but they can turn traffic off, I guess. Hills. The one of the maps will definitely be hilly. One of the maps will definitely be hilly. The other map, the more open map. I know why the AI is doing it like this now. Actually, I know what's going on with this. I got cosplay to this field, and I didn't set him to the width of the rear mowers, so therefore he's mowing at whatever the front mower is, which is 3-4 meters, something like that. So that's on me. But, so yeah, the second map, I wanted to have some undulation, but not too much that you can't build on it. So kind of like ebony, but a bit more subtle with the undulations even. And a road network that is similar to Maple. Instead of a loop going around like it does on Ebony and on here, it'll be more like Maple, where the roads all leave the map and there's no one road that goes all the way around. But, but the first map will definitely be very hilly. I have showcased it to a few people because I've already got most of the road network in on that map. I haven't got the traffic in yet, and the buildings aren't actually in place either. But I've got most of the road is in, and it's quite steep hills in at one end of the map, and then a bit flat towards the other end of the map. We'll really look forward to it. It'll definitely be an interesting challenge working on the fields on that map. But I might make them fields more like Maypole kind of fields, where they're not ebony sized fields, where they're bigger, but again a bit more open like ebony fields are, or ebony's fields are, or the fields on Ebony Island. Yeah. Where it's not encased with so much trees and that. Uh, we'll we'll see. And then when it's all done, I'll give it out when it's been tested for people to you know, certain people to go and have a play on. A-Slow, maybe Chad can remember, but probably not how he was there when you came to my stream, lol. CBW's probably got a much better memory than me. See what I mean? I do remember that. Yeah. May I ask you a question? Of course, fire away. Miss Wildstyles, ask me anything you want. Within reason. How are you doing anyway, Slow? Thank you for dropping in. Oh, we'll get this bit because we apparently missed a nice amount there. And then we'll go down. Are you from the UK? Yes, I am. I'm from the West Midlands in the UK. Not too bad, thanks. Awesome. That's always good to hear. So here's a question for all of you guys. If you could choose two things, I figured, so with your accent. um, if you guys could choose two things that you wanted in Farm Sim, the next Farm Sim game, and Giants had to put at least one of those things in that you chose, which two things would you like? Or which one thing would you like out of your two things that you really want in Farm Sim? I just made that a lot more complicated than it sounds, didn't I? If you could choose one thing, there we go. We'll go with that one. If you could choose one thing and Giants had to put it in, what would it be? I'll tell you mine when I've done this field. That gives you a chance to put something in there. No, DJ, you can't teach you how to make GMRL. No, more animals. Yeah, more animals. Specifically any particular kind, or just you don't care, just give us more. More is more. More is better. Goats. And then get goat's milk from them, increase, add to the more production types that you can do. Oh, we should go down this one, shouldn't we? Instead of trying to squeeze over to that one. Goats would be good. That would definitely be a good addition. I would like to see damage on tractors in Farm Sim. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it, as well? Both of those are good. Not just wear and tear, but actual damage. You definitely won't drive through a hedge then, will you? Not you in particular, but people in general. Super strength ball. Yeah, definitely more scripts on console. That would also be nice to see. Then then we would see a lot more, not optimization, what am I thinking? A lot more diversity within maps and mods. Still got quite a bit of this field to do, haven't I? I didn't realise I was only halfway. Wow. So everybody answered. CBW, you got anything for it? Older equipment. I completely agree there as well. It'd be nice to have old equipment. I don't know when you started playing DJ, but what was it? Was it 11 or 13? I think it was 13. Why did I try to go around that bale? That would have been a bad idea. When they came out with the DLC for old equipment, and a couple of things in there I liked. I liked the self-propelled forage harvester, old school, looked like a milk float. The other thing I liked was the corn harvester, single row corn harvester mounted on the front of the tractor, and it would blow into the trailer behind you. I prefer older equipment. Yeah, see, giants really need to get on this, don't they? They don't realise how many people out there actually do like the old equipment. All the new equipment, as nice as it is, it'd be nice to have some of the old equipment. It doesn't necessarily have to be small equipment. You know, there is some large equipment out there that is still old. So, for all platforms, what I would like to see, more so for console, this particular one, because if they do it for console, it will definitely be on PC. But for console, not because it will benefit PC more, but because for console it would be a huge deal. 64 times. I started in FS17, and it is still my favourite of all the FS games. I like the sky in FS17. I really did like the sky. That was an amazing sky. And Seasons mod in 17 I loved. I actually have a save game on FS17. I haven't played it since FS19, but on Maypole, where I got 500 cows and owned half of the map. But that was when I just got into using cosplay as well. All platforms, 64-bit. The console, that'd be a huge deal. Imagine how many slots would be available for you guys on console. You started in 13 on the PS3. I'm sure, was it 13? They had a mod hub that was for PC only, and then 15, they announced the mod hub. Or was that just a mod hub rather than an actual official Giants mod hub? I know I used to be on FS UK back in 13. I used to release my map on there. Only ever had one map FS on this, which was Newbie Farm. FS 11, 13, 15, 17, and then at the end of 17 I made Maypole ready for FS 19 coming out. So it never got released on FS 17 officially. Even though it did get released, it was never really officially released. It wasn't the main, the full proper release. So, but the console, which would benefit all platforms, 64-bit operating system. Additional slots that that console players would have, improved performance that console players would be able to have, increased amount of bales, pallets, things like that. Again, console players could have on their map. It'd open up so much more, and maybe even be able to see 4 times and maps coming out on all platforms, and maybe even bigger than that, and actually staying on, being released, officially being released and accepted on all platforms. The well, I guess this one's for all platforms as well, but from a map maker's point of view, I'd like to see, rather than me going and building, I will show you, this one would be, no, we would jump back to that one, we don't want to be that one, oh, that one, where are we? We're in the shed. So instead of me going and building this cow pasture and saying that's it, you get rid of that cow pasture, you're done, you can't have it, I would rather in-game for you to be able to build this cow pasture, but not this particular cow pasture, but how you want it. So you could go into say build menu and construction, and then under probably tools. No, you'd have to be under landscaping, wouldn't it? Have another option for nav mesh, and then you paint the area that you want the animals to walk within, and which is how it used to be done in all the way up until FS19. FS19 came out with these planes that you put in place, which determine the nav mesh. But before then, you actually painted it within GE itself, like you would if you was painting grass in the in-game. But you paint the nav mesh, and then when you're done, you hit an option that would be, complete or save or something like that, or where you start is where you have to end. I don't know how they could do it, but they could. I'm sure they could do it, and then it would calculate the size of that particular pasture or that particular pen, and then you have to put a barn, feeding trough, water trough, straw point if the animal needs straw, the interactive trigger for purchasing or picking up, dropping off animals, and then and it has to be enclosed. It would, there again, it wouldn't have to be enclosed, would it? Because animals can't escape. It's up to you if you want to enclose the area that you've painted. And then when it's all done, the game would calculate all of the information and would then designate how many animals could actually go within that pasture or that particular barn. But that means that everybody's barn, everybody's pasture would be different, and you could do that from within game rather than doing it in Giants Editor. So from a map maker's point of view, it would open up so much more diversity for people playing on people's map. You don't have to worry about saying, well, sorry, that's a custom pasture, and it would be a nightmare to give you it as a build option to place. Whereas it'd be, well, you can always, if you sell that barn, you can always recreate it if you sold it by accident, or somebody came on and mocked you and sold it. Tried to screw you over. At least you could always rebuild it. I just think you'd just open up so much more. And I'm all for people being able to open their minds and create things, which is why I'm sure Alien Jim did No Man's Land, so that people had that freedom, players had that freedom to go and make um, let their own imaginations run wild, and rather than be a player on a farm, be a player making a map. And you have to respect Alien Jim for coming up with that concept of a map. Amazing. I'm all for that. Giving players the opportunity to be more creative. And if they don't want to do that, then they don't have to do that. They could just put a barn down with the pasture pre-done and done and dusted. They shouldn't be forced to have to do it, but if they want to, if they really want to embrace all of that, then they have the freedom to do so. But more is better. I do enjoy that aspect of building on your own maps, such as No Man's Land. Yeah, yeah. You, it, you know, when before Alien Jim done No Man's Land, there wasn't a map out there that gave, or an option that would give you as a player to the option to do anything like that. When Alien Jim released that map, it was like a wake-up call to everybody, not just map makers but players. Look, you can do this in-game as well now. Provide the requirements, the buildings and things like that, and people can make their own farm, their own map. All in-game, you could just give them a blank canvas and go at it, and people could do it. And I have seen screenshots of people's farms on No Man's Land, and watched Vulcan on his doing his streams on No Man's Land, and you know there's a lot of creative people out there on console who sadly can't make a map because they're not on PC. So giving them the option to do so on console, definitely maybe that even encouraged some people who was on console to get a PC so they could make their own map. I've heard of some people saying that they'd love to be able to make their map from No Man's Land and bring it over into and release it as an actual map. Now I just need to find that type of map that I like 16 times, then can build a whole community. I don't know about building a whole community. We're talking farm sim. You could build a whole world on there. 16 times, you could put all 3 of my maps in there and still have room. I've just moved from console to PC. And how are you finding the transition? I know some things were a bit of a wake-up call. The amount of mods that you can get on PC can overwhelm you at first. Did you really just all spawn in, dears? Are we not dropping that bale? Oh, we are. Very good. The transition from a console to PC, I can imagine the amount of mods, the sites that you can get all the mods from can be overwhelming. And obviously you're not limited as such to the amount of mods that you can have. But then also comes the problem of mod conflicts, which are a lot more common. And here I thought I would start small with a 16. Small, what? Wait, huh? Small? 16 times? Okay, I only have a basic PC at the moment. But even with I mean, even with a basic PC, you can get a lot of mods. Like 600. Oh, no. 600 times map. Wow, what are you trying to do? Make space? Trying to create the universe as we know it at the moment? If you look far enough over there, you can see Pluto. Hmm. And you can actually get there. It's just a hell of a long journey. Can you imagine the people who have to make that kind of map, though? Wow, that is awesome. It's slow. Great first step to learn and how mod folders work, etc. LOL. But if they do make it a 64-bit platform, you know, that could... What's the biggest map out there right now? Is it a 32 times? Is that the biggest map? Or 20? I'm guessing it is, isn't it? 32 is the biggest. Officially the biggest map. That functions correctly. So with a 64-bit operating system, could you imagine, or a game that supports 64-bit even, could you imagine what that could open up and the map sizes? CBW being in his glory. That 600 times map might actually become a thing. I'll be making a map hopefully in the future when my PC is complete and I have already have a name for it. A name? Do you know how long it took me to get a name for Ebony Island? Up all the way through its development, it was known as Small Map. And I threw some names that people have been giving me names and none of them was grabbing me. And the ones that did grab, I jotted down on a text document, so I never forgot them because my names, you know. And and the I threw them out there to a few people, and Ebony Island was the one that almost everybody picked as being the map name. And it was like, well, there you go, the community spoke, and that's the map name. I would say what the old names, all the other names was, but I kind of deleted that text document after the name was chosen. Yeah, DJ, we definitely can't wait for your map. And will it be real world terrain and based on a real place, real farm, or will it be a fictional map? I have to get used to PC first. I have a lot to learn. You'll you'll pick it up. It's a lot easier than you think. Yep, that way. Head towards the houses because that's where the exit is for this field. As the car drives past and shows us the entrance. Oh, car coming. I have. Why have you stopped? Honestly, you haven't even. I came expecting to have this field ready to bail, and you've just parked up and gone and had breakfast or something. Yeah, breakfast. 11 o'clock in the morning. Look, don't worry about the deers. You just run them over. Oh, we need fuel, don't we? Is that why you stopped? But yeah, the plan is can we unfold, please? Why are you playing up? Unfold, thank you. The plan is a very hilly map and a more open map, more flatter map. So we'll just carry on where he originally finished and get that little bit done there, and then we'll do our own actual width, because yeah, you already have people willing to help you. There's a lot of good people out there, as CBW said. There is a lot of really good people out there, and not only with PC but with Giants Editor as well. There's always somebody willing to give advice or explain something, and you know, mistakes will happen, but you'll learn to work your way through them and your own particular ways of doing certain things. Kind of like driving a car, you'll have your own style. Yeah, there are a lot of people who are also fake as well. Ooh, we're missing a chunk, and a lot of great videos to help as well. Yeah, and for Giants Editor, Shy Wizard on YouTube. He's really good tutorials. I love his tutorials for Giants Editor over all of the farm sim games are still valid in 2022. The animal pastures aren't, because that's all changed, but I'm sure he did a video on how to do that for 2022. If you're making custom nav meshes. It's almost the same as 19, just slightly different. Blender, they can be a bit tricky to get the tutorials for, the right ones anyway. If you're planning on making your own assets. But if you already know how Blender works, then you're more than halfway there already. If you're not planning on making your own assets, then you don't know how Blender works, it can be a bit tricky. The learning curve can be really steep, but you haven't got to worry if you're not making your own. My piece of advice, if you're going to make a map, is take a base game map or anybody's map. You don't know, obviously you can't release it because it's somebody's work, but take a map. If it's a base game map, you could release it, but take a map and make it your own. Do things to it how you want that map to look. Have a mess around, play in it. Open it in Giants Editor and edit it to your desire. And I mean, I'll give you a perfect example of editing a map. Open, search up right now, search up FS11 and look at the FS11 base game map, and look at the PDA or the map of the PDA, and then look at this map, and you'll then go, oh, that's the base game map from FS11. Just when I released it, sent stuff to Giants, and they sent it back the first time. They said, "Is it an FS11? Is it a your own map, or is it a base game map?" And I said that it was the FS11 base game map, and they said that they could tell that it was heavily modified version of the base game map from FS11. But the FS11 map, all of that was different. This used to be the cow farm up here, and your farm was down here, and you had 2 fields here, and your farm was in this area. That was always where the vehicle store was. That little island you could never get to, and all it had on there was a lighthouse, I believe. You had a motorboat that would go up and down this river. What else? I don't believe this part was there. That I built in myself. I don't believe this part was there. I think I built that myself, and I'm pretty sure this part wasn't here. And the map overall was a lot smaller than what this is. I've opened this up. This road here used to be more down here, and all of this was shuffled over towards field 38, and I expanded it right out as far as I could, and I opened up the whole of the map and made it almost a full 2x2 play area. But yeah, I took the FS11 map and made it my own map, and which is why I say this is where it all began for me. So, take a base game map and make it your own map, and then if you don't release it, you don't release it. It's a personal thing that you've done, and you can go, right, I know how Giants Editor works now. Now I can really make my own map, and which is what I did with Maypole. I did this, and then I went and made Maypole in 2017. How long did it take you to make Riverview? Well, I'd been working on it since 2011. I mean, theoretically, after every game it was finished, but of course, and the next game came out, new features was added and new ways of doing things was implemented. So, in reality, Riverview was never finished. And in essence, it's still not finished, because the next farm sim game, if I do buy it and I do carry on making maps, there'll be new ways of doing things. But for each game, it was finished. So in FS11, Newbie Farm, as it was known then, was finished. Then when FS13 came out, I ported it over, and it was finished in 13, and so on. But in FS 11, 13, and 15, I had additional crops in it. In FS11, I had something like 20, 30 additional crops, from cabbage, eggplant, rye, oats, sunflower, because that wasn't a base game crop. In FS11, all we had was wheat, barley, canola, and corn. That was it. And then later on, we had potatoes became a base game thing. I think it was potatoes anyway. And that was a DLC that you could buy. And that added the BGA in. And the BGA was down here, I believe, because that used to be where your mill was on the original map. The map was very bare, very open, very bland. Not many trees, and the trees that were there well, it was a nightmare. Oh, tractor turned off. Refuel, yes, well, have we... Oh, okay. That will explain why you stopped, huh? Apparently we need fuel. And you need fuel. Okay. Let's go and get some fuel. You're welcome anytime. I think that's the biggest advice I can give you for getting started with Giants Editor. And don't worry if you make mistakes. We all make them. Even the most experienced people will make mistakes. Don't worry about that. Don't feel the heat because of it. But be open to criticism. Be good or bad. Learn from what people say. If people are going, well, I don't like this in your map, don't change it just because they're saying I don't like this in your map. You're making the maps the way you want them. If you're like, I play my own map, so I play them, I make them how I will play them. But don't feel that you have to make changes just because some people are saying I don't like that in your map. But if it fits in with your play style or doesn't affect your play style, then you can work around it. But don't feel that you have to make, because if you try and please everybody, you'll fail. Seriously, you'll fail. So make if you've made it for yourself, more people will appreciate it because it'll be more to more people's liking. Where's fuel tanks in here? In here, isn't it? In miscellaneous. You can take both, so we need you. Oh, you can hold more as well. Okay. Yeah. We don't need to change anything, do we? Good. Either you can make it. You can't. No, you can't. No, you really can't. But when people are talking, you feel like people are talking your map down. Just read between the lines. Listen. Don't get angry or anything. I used to go into people's streams. I never used to say or videos and watch their videos. I never used to say anything in their streams. I used to just sit there listening, and somebody might go, oh, for example, I don't like this. You can drive through these posts. You shouldn't be able to drive through the posts. I get it that you can drive through the hedges, because in real life, theoretically, if a tractor was going into a hedge, it would go through the hedge. It might damage the tractor, but it would still go through the hedge. But it wouldn't go through a post. And it would be like, okay, I can do that change. That's not a big deal. I've heard people say they don't like maple because the fields are too small, and other people saying that they don't like hilly maps, and then other people going, I love your maps because they offer a lot of different elevations. Like this map has got many elevations, and some people get put off by that. And it's like, well, thank you for looking at the map and giving your opinion. If I don't say it to them, then I'm thinking it in my mind. Thank you for looking at my map, and your opinion is your opinion. It's entirely up to you. But you love hilly maps. I like hilly maps. I like diversity within the terrain. It brings more life to a map, and makes the map more challenging in its own ways, especially if you're using underpowered equipment. Like maybe you're doing a start from scratch and you haven't got the money for that larger equipment, more powerful equipment. So you're on the brink of your limits. Oh, I pressed D. This might take a while. Or do I have to buy the other one? How do I buy the other fuel type? I've got a modding that gives you death fuel, and do I have to buy that as in here? You'll always have people there. Ah, yeah. You'll always have people who are picky, and then there's those who will love everything that you do. So I need some of this. So I need my flatbed. So I did need my pallet, my front loader forks after all. So I should buy. You can't buy more than one. You have to buy them individually. Okay. I'll buy four, and then so we should turn you off and leave you filling, shouldn't we? Because that will take a while. You're not a front loader. What have we got down here? To be fair, you just need. So it's not actual fuel that this one needs so much, it's the death fuel it needs more than anything. As I watch my money trickle away. Kinda like in real life when you're buying fuel and I don't drive, and I've seen the price of it. I personally like smaller fields, but do enjoy all of your maps. Thank you, Slow. Yeah, that, Ebony Island was made for people who like small fields. Made for a friend who loves small fields, but also people out there who do like small fields themselves. But um, with the option to then, if you don't like a small field, you like that field to be bigger, go and make the field as big as you possibly want it. That was why it was done that way. But um, which is why the next map will be a hilly map, because I love hilly maps like DJ. Ebony is your favourite. Sorry. It's okay. Um, no, I obviously, as I said before, this one will always have a special place in my heart because it was my first ever map. But I love Ebony and I love Maypole as well. I'm not doing Ebony right now because there's a lot of people playing Ebony, and um, I don't want them people to think, oh, the author's making playing the map or streaming the map. I don't want to play the map that he's streaming. Not that they might think like that, but I don't want them to be in that kind of position where where they might have to think like that, or might think like that. I'll let everybody have their fun on Ebony, and by the time I get to it, Ebony will be done and dusted for most people, and I'll be enjoying my time on there. I've enjoyed my time while I was making it, so I'll get to enjoy it even more when I get to play it sometime next year. I was always into big equipment, big fields, then got into small equipment and small fields. Now I love it all. I think everybody's like that when they first get farm sim. The first thing they want to do is drive the big tractor, the big combine, go along in with the biggest plough and everything, and go, look at all of my equipment, look at how big my farm is. But then you get bored and you start going, well, I want to step out of my comfort zone and do something completely different, and then you realize how much you enjoy that. I think I'm going to say that's enough fuel. Thank you. I'm pretty sure I've got enough fuel. So I'll take this to the field first, and which be quicker to go. Yeah, quicker to go this way. I know when I started back in FS11, I couldn't wait to get a big tractor, and I was cool. In FS11, I gave everybody the smallest equipment. I gave you a tractor that could just barely do what you needed it to do. Now I wish for more older equipment. Yep, yep. You can't beat old equipment. Old equipment's just amazing. Why did you slow down for? Only got a fuel tank behind me. Ain't going to go bang. And that one stopped. Wow. AI traffic for you. If I do get the next farm sim game, and I do carry on making maps, and I port this one over, this area, or going up here, will definitely be changed. This road, I want to get rid of all of these sudden jolts that you have. I don't like that. I prefer this kind of feel where it's nice, well, apart from that bit, but where it's more smooth and the transitions are smoother between the elevations on the road. And the same on Maple. But when I put these roads in on Riverview and Maypole, it was my first time ever putting the roads in. Up until then, I'd ever only painted them in. And so yeah, the AI definitely do not like that fuel tank, do they? Either that or else they don't like my Voltra Deer. They're stopping going, that isn't a John Deere, that's a Voltra. One or the other. Oh well. Maybe get a bit closer. No, that is not how you get closer. Need a parking brake. Really? Is there only one particular side that you can refuel from there? No, the whole of that is the trigger. Why aren't you refueling? Yeah. Reset bail counter, I don't care about that. Right, you're now in there, okay. Do you have the option for me to refuel that? It shouldn't be. It should be me go up to that and then... Yeah, you don't have the option either. Okay. Right, you drop the bail. The bailer, even. There we go. Some are... Yes, driver side. Yeah. Weird why you wouldn't... But when you look at the trigger for it, do you want to stop rolling away? We're trying to show where the trigger is. Why has it got so many different triggers on it though? Now it explains why the AI suddenly stopped, or they see it coming and they just immediately stop because they're picking up all of them triggers as hitboxes. So definitely do not send one of them down the road. Not with traffic on anyway. We'll turn you off. Oh, you don't need death fuel. Okay. Wrong way. Go the other way. Let's go and find our mower and refuel that one. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Jump. There we go. Now we gotta go and pick up pallets of death and get the fuel in. Note to self, keep an eye on your fuel consumption. Take this back to the farm. Wow, we've used all of that fuel. Damn. I heard you. Oh god, you stopped. Just couldn't see you. Yep, don't worry. You don't need to be afraid of the fuel tank. It's not going to bite. Well, you might, but... So yeah, if I get the next farm sim game, Riverview could end up with a few little changes if I port the map over. As a map maker, my biggest fear is that one day we won't be able to port our old maps over into the new farm sim game. That day I fear, because that'll be the day I have to say goodbye to Riverview, Maypole, Ebony, and any other maps that I've created at that point. If I'm still making maps at that point, that is. You'd never know. Maybe Giants will be kind to us and never make that day happen. Oh, well. One thing that's good about this fuel trailer, if you want to stop the traffic somewhere, just stick the trailer next to the road. And then you can take your big combine or your big equipment down the road and not have to worry about traffic. If I can actually get over the bridge without an oncoming car. So we need to buy pallet forks as well, don't we? Maybe I should just maybe I should just buy a forklift and leave it at the store. That'd probably be easier, wouldn't it? Where do I want to put this fuel trailer? Because the mowers go there. maybe in that shed. Oh, yes. Maybe by the fuel itself. Like that. Now I need my flatbed. My low. Where would that be? Where is the wrong button? Probably passed it on the way in and didn't even see it. Wrong one, that one. You, where would you be? Showing map. No, map. Emmy's not going to work for map. Anybody see a big green beacon? No. Oh, I know where it is. I think. Wasn't it up there by the... Because I came down here, didn't I? And it was next to it. So it's up here. Told you about my bad memory. It's in the shed on the right. Terrible. Makes you wonder how I remember anything. Then again, I have got lost on my own maps as well. So... That should become a surprise to anybody. But yeah, we'll get a forklift down at the store. We'll leave that one there, and that can load, be used as loading all of our anything that we need to buy. Or we could just lease. Should we just lease it rather than buy it? Because I have got the lease to buy mod in, but then you have to have X amount of hours in it, don't you, before you can even buy it anyway. And we ain't going to be using it too often. He stopped because of my trailer. What? Is there something on this Voltradere that nobody likes? He stopped. Right. Yeah, I'll give you a bit more room. Are you going to stop? You are. Okay, I'm not going to give you more room then. Screw you. You want to stop because I'm coming down with a Voltradere? That's perfectly fine. Alright, we need a... we need... Just go with the cheap one. Yeah, you'll do. 37,000. I think I can afford that for now. Damn, them things are almost as big as you. Going. These ones you can't extend out, can you? Okay. We have a fix for that. Thank you. old. Yeah. So you two. What the hell are you then? Fertilizer? Or herbicide even? ABK. Cute. Oh, of course my phone decides to slide down. I'll take you as well. May as well. Oops. Scoot that way a bit. Thank you. No, go forward. Park you right there. Oh, no, we won't park you right there because apparently I can't get out. We'll squiff you then. There we go. Yeah. Right. Off we go. Yeah, there was a car coming that way. They're so nice, aren't they? All slowing down, stopping so I can go past. Very nice of them. So BK, or B&K even, sorry. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to your vehicles and they run out of fuel. And you've got the mod that puts death fuel in. I wonder if, does that mean that, no, the base game storage tanks can't hold it, can they? I don't think. The more I drive up that road, the more I don't like that road. Been there, done that myself. Yeah. I think it's easy to do. Very easy to do. The last time I played with the guys on Farm Sim was on Maypole, and I had to rush off and back to the garage to get fuel because I was running low. I think it was the last time I played with them. Stop. Thank you. I don't know if I can you reach it from there? You can. Excellent. Right, you can go and park Uh, Home park just... Oh, wow. I loaded this really well, didn't I? You can park maybe out there on the side of the road. I'm sure the traffic will carry on driving by. Dude, what is the... Because of hitboxes on the... Wow. Don't honk your horn at me. I gave you space, you decided to park behind there and just, you know... I mean... I'll go and park in the bakery. AI traffic. Start your engine first before you try and mow. Would help. Oh, that was a good way of wasting... How much time did I waste there? Having to do all of that. Right, let's turn you off. Lift you up. And fold you up. And now get you off to the next field. Now we know that the cosplay will actually work because I haven't got to worry about it running out of fuel for a while. Happens to us all, indeed. Can be the most prepared, but guarantee something like that will happen. I don't know if any of you was paying any attention while I was walking around the farm, but did you see one thing that wasn't on my farm? If you missed it, I don't have a power wash on my farm. I don't wash my tractors. I don't wash any of my equipment. I leave it to get all dirty and then I admire it in all its glory and go, there we go. A dirty tractor's a good tractor. It's a hard-working tractor. Obviously, in real life, you want to clean them and keep them clean, but on here, waste of money. Um, what is it 8 meters? The working width of my mowers, 10 meters. 10 meters, okay. Get you on there. Yep. Yes, we can. And we, that's better. I want you to do 9.8, I think. I rarely wash mine. Yeah, I will put mine out in the rain, leave it, let the weather wash it, you know. I'll happily do that. We haven't got 3 tools, we only got 2. And we definitely are set up correctly. Good. Excellent. That does not look right. That is definitely not right. Okay, we open. Oh, hang on. Wait, hold. There's a reason, isn't there? Wrong one, that one. No, 10 meters. Am I missing something here? Is that doing it in a different format on cosplay? See what you... Two tools. That looks more like it. Hmm. No, I don't want that. I just cleared the course, didn't I? That was clever. Try that again. I wanted that one. Yeah, that looks fine. We'll find out when we get down here. Hey, Fury. Welcome, bud. Right, you're going good. Let's get... This building doesn't have the occluder mesh on it. I thought all of Giant Space Game stuff had the occluder mesh on them. Ooh boy. Yep, you can tell the AI mode this field. Oh. Be nice when we start cashing in some of these bales that we've got lying around. We'll start with the furthest away, which will be the closest to the but to the bale market. And that means that hopefully when we're done, the ones that are left are the closest to our farm. Hopefully. So the field that we've got cosplay currently mowing will be the field that we'll start collecting the bales on first. And then this field and so on until we've completed all contracts are complete. Multitasking. I've been told I'm not very good at multitasking, and they don't need to tell me twice. But yeah, I'm multitasking. I'm sorting myself a cigarette out and trying to bail. It's going to end dreadfully wrong soon, won't it? What could go wrong, actually, apart from going through a hedge? For any children watching, don't smoke, it's bad for you. I can say that from experience, by the way. But next year, I'll try and quit again. I did actually stop. I went... If it wasn't for your wife, you'd be lost. Yeah. I know that feeling. If it wasn't for my partner, I'd forget most things. She's the one that has to keep reminding me of things. And then she gets sarcastic and goes, "Oh, it's just old age creeping in." It's like, no, 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 no. We're not even going there. Old age definitely not going to be creeping in yet. Not yet. Too young to be getting too old. Though I had a friend who went through midlife crisis, and his wife turned around to him and said about him going through midlife crisis, and he went, "How can I be going through midlife crisis? How do you know what my midlife it will be? I could live to 100. That means I'll have to be 50 before I can go through midlife crisis, and I'm not even anywhere near 50 yet." So yeah, you. Wish you could quit. I'm like you, man. Just trying to quit on the 1st of January. I. You're only as old as you feel. I agree. Although some days I feel much older than I actually am. But I'm sure that's the same for everybody. Are we really going to go 3 miles an hour down here? 8 kilometers, which theoretically is what? Yeah. But yeah, going back to that, I bought myself, what was it? A gorilla bar, which is a health bar, basically. Um, that was not what I wanted to be doing, was it? Oh well, we'll cuss in here, and I really feel old. I'm not old, just older. Exactly. Me too, Ray. Me too. But yeah, I bought a gorilla bar. I have to smoke. I have to go to smoking as well due to health problems. Hmm. I shouldn't be smoking at all, really. Um, I've had 5 lung collapses, and um, heart condition and cancer runs right through our family. So I theoretically, and I watched my granddad pass away due to cancer. So I shouldn't really want to smoke. I should be like one of those who definitely doesn't want to smoke. But yeah, but I bought myself a gorilla bar, which is a vape, and hey, average. Yes, it's this week. Year's goal is to quit. Yeah, also due to COPD and working with livestock. Yeah, my ex's dad had COPD, and he didn't quit smoking. He lost his life in the end due to it. Um, my mum thinks she might have it because, but she's not saying. If she has, she has. She's not telling me anyway. But my partner said that he thinks that, or she said to her she thinks she's got COPD because she can't catch her breath, and she's got she can't walk far without losing her breath, and she hasn't got asthma. But anyway, how are you doing, Average? And anybody who doesn't know Average, they should go and check him out. Twitch. Put in the Average Viking and go and watch him. He streams from 11:30 a.m. UK Standard Time up until 2:30 p.m. Normally used to be when Giants would be dropping their mods was around about that time, but they've got lazy of late and decided to keep us on hold, on suspense, and release them like later on in the night or early hours of the morning, as I've found out a few times. Although they'll be going on their Christmas break soon as well. I noticed they put that video or that notification out there. You're welcome anytime. Always welcome. You do it for me a lot, you know. So you have to carry on spreading the love. But the yeah, so I bought a gorilla bar so I can plan on quitting smoking in the new year. I had actually cut down until Giant started messing me around with the sending the maps back and saying you need to change this, you need to change that. Then because of that I started smoking a bit more, and then a little bit more, and a little bit more, and so on. You get the drift. You get the idea. Now I'm more or less a chain smoker at the moment, which isn't good. Hopefully, CBW, you can quit and get your health in a much better place. When I quit, the first time I quit was when I had my last lung collapse, and I came out of hospital after spending a week in there. They had to, my lung wouldn't, as they put it, glue back to the side wall, my chest side wall. So they had to do keyhole surgery and cut part of my lung because the sacs on that part of the lung wasn't functioning anymore. And so I was in there for a week, and it was coming up to Christmas, and they said we can send you home for Christmas over Christmas, and this was before I had the keyhole surgery. And if we do that, instead of you being on a bag, a tub with water in the bottom, you know, to stop the wind, the air from going back into your lung, between your lung chest wall. They put a bag which I would have to open the valve to and release the air out every so often. Bearing in mind that this bag was super small, so one deep breath and the bag was full. I don't know how they expected me to sleep. I mean, seriously. So I just left the valve open all night and just left it going. It was a one-way valve, so if it wasn't a one-way, I wouldn't have done it. But it was a one-way valve, so I just left the valve open, and I stayed out for 3 days. Stabbing pains in my chest because of the collapsed lung, and I didn't know it was getting worse. And it was collapsing more. When I went in, they did an x-ray and they went, this is where your lung should be, and this is where your lung currently is, and it was like sitting at the bottom of my chest. And they did the keyhole surgery, and a week later I came out, and I didn't touch a cigarette for nearly a year. I was on the bus one day and this guy came on and he sat right behind me, and I was heaving. It was like he'd just stood outside and smoked like 20 packs of cigarettes before getting on the bus. And it was like, geez, is that what we smell like when we smoke? For people who either quit or don't smoke. And I couldn't be around people who smoked, but I I replaced smoking. The times when I enjoyed a cigarette the most, I replaced that with hard-boiled sweets and things that um, made me when it took my mind off wanting to have a cigarette, and then particular moments, and it helped. And then I bought myself a push bike, and I used to go out riding, um, and trying to get my fitness back up. And then I met my current partner, and she said, "Go and buy a pack of cigarettes." And she listed cigarettes up in front of me and went, "Oh, do you want one?" Yeah, you know, I know. Well, you had a choice. You could have said no, and but that's like saying no to giving a kid, a chocolate bar. The cigarettes smelled good, and I couldn't say no. I'm sure I can. My wife quit a few years ago already now, and she's cracking the whip on me now. Well, yeah, definitely. That'll definitely keep you motivated. I can't be asked to collect that bit. We'll definitely collect this bit though. Let's turn that back on. So I don't want to be driving around this field at like 2 kilometers per hour because the baler's almost full. But I smoke on average uh, up to now, currently, up to about 20 a day, down from what it was. So I have actually got better. It, I used to smoke anything up to 30 a day, so it's a little bit better than what it was. And when I used before I quit smoking, I never used to wake up and put a cigarette in my mouth. I'd go and have 2 coffees, then I'd have a cigarette. I always did it like that. Never a cigarette straight away. I could never do it. Now, as soon as I wake up, it's I make a coffee, and while I'm waiting for that, while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, I've got a cigarette in my mouth. Or as soon as I sit down, I take a sip of my coffee, and then it's a cigarette. So I know I've got bad with smoking, but and my partner's saying, "Well, I think you're going to find it a lot harder because stress of life is a lot higher than what it was last year and or the year before then." And it's like, no, no, it's how you deal with the stress rather than there's always going to be stress there regardless. It's how you deal with it. Same here. But the funny thing, CBW, is when I quit smoking and I replaced all of the times when I really enjoyed a cigarette with new things, it was actually the times when I didn't enjoy smoking that I actually missed. It's weird. When you smoke, you enjoy the moments when you can sit down and actually enjoy that cigarette. For me, morning after a big meal like dinner, and when the kids have all gone to bed and you sit down, you go, relax then. But it wasn't them moments that I missed. It was the times when I'd be bored normally and just put a cigarette on my mouth because I was bored. My wife still smokes, and I quit 32 years ago. Yeah, good job, Fury. That's one of the best decisions you could ever make. You know, the what we smoking. Oh, your wife ate raisins. Well, and she can't stand them, but does she love raisins now? Or then again, she probably completely hates them even more now. You know, I was always told, a person who's had a problem with alcohol, a smoker is the same. They're always standing on the edge of a cliff, and anything can tip them back into smoking. People, many years later, I still hear go, "Oh, I could do with a cigarette" on them really stressful days. But as I said to my partner, it's down to how you deal with the stress. I'm smoking now. Oh, okay. Still dislike them. Sorry, I fell asleep. Oh, okay. Is it that good then, DJ? Can you do me a favor? You know mods, right? Check your contracts. Mine with spring mods is all baling. Yeah, Fury, take spring mods out. It breaks your save game. It breaks contracts altogether. You'll only get baling grass contracts. So take it out. You most likely will have to start a new game, and or you'll have to get the Easy Dev console mod and go and change the field types. Or you could go around and buy the fields and plant crops on them and then sell the fields back, and hopefully the AI will kick back into action. Or maybe even just buy the fields and then just sell them back. I don't sleep very good, so yeah, sometimes I doze off. It's okay, DJ. I often fall asleep at my computer. Yeah, once it's saved, it stays bailing on economy. I'm not starting over. Gonna deal with it. I I would I would say go and seed. Maybe even just plough the field. I wonder if that will work. Ebony Island, not on Ebony Island. Yeah, it's it's the spring mod. I know somebody else who had that problem. Um, and after he took that out, he started he he'd replaced a couple of files from a new save game and dropped them in, and he's got fields working again now. Contracts are all working again. So that spring mod definitely screws your save game up. I looked at the script on it, and it reads for some reason it's reading fields and their states and everything it shouldn't do. It's only meant to change the starting month, but I don't know why the person has it reading field states. Yes, mine being out for 3 episodes and it's still bailing. Uh, Unfortunately, it will always be bailing. That's all you'll ever get is bailing contracts. You'll get contracts to go and plant grass on fields that aren't meant to be grass fields or weren't grass fields originally, which you shouldn't get because the maps, the fields that have been set in Giant Editor to be grass fields are the ones that will only ever ask you to do baling contracts on them, or should do, and replant grass on them after ploughing them up. Because when he came to me with the problem, yeah, been trying full Canada Forex map, and most of the time I can't load into it, gets stuck at 60%. I had a problem with starting Spring mod. It did the same thing, plus messed up the measure mod. Oh, it conflicts with the measure mod. Right, Santi's bring me medieval dynasty for Santa's brought you medieval dynasty. There we go, Fury. There we go. So you're going to be streaming that one day, after the Christmas period, and you've got more time on your hands. Well, I will give you a tip, Fury. When you get to the chapter, the mission that I had to do, where, he goes, I need 1,000 logs because he wants to build a palisade wall around his village. Don't go and cut 1,000 logs. Just talk to him again. It's a joke. He doesn't want you to cut 1,000 logs, really. He does want you to do something for him, but he doesn't want 1,000 logs. There, uninstalled. Yeah. What, you've uninstalled the Spring mod? I'm guessing Spring mod don't download it, lol. No, definitely don't download it. Not worth it. It'll just mess up your save game. It's a shame because it had a good gave you more options, but yeah. Because when the person came to me with it, I was like thinking Better Contracts was playing up, or he'd got a mod conflict, so I just couldn't understand it. It was like, it can't be a map issue because, it never happened to me or any people that had early access to the map. And he was on Maypole. And of course, Maypole had been out for ages at that point. And it's like, so it can't be, it's got to be a you thing, or in terms of mod-wise. Down to 1,057 mods now. Oh, wow, you don't have many then, huh? What does it do anyway? It just means that you can start off in spring rather than in August. You start off, what is it, May? Something like that. Start off 3 months earlier anyway. But the problem with it is if you decide that you want to change your the amount of days per season, it doesn't kick in until September. So it was already broken in that sense as well. One folder. Oh, okay. You got more than one folder of mods. Wow. And again, I can't talk. I've got more than one folder. I've got March, I believe. Start of spring. But I've got one for single player, one for one of the testers servers, Hodge, and one for what was our personal testing server, which I don't have anymore because we're not testing anything, so I got rid of the server. Now everybody's doing their own little things, wind down from farm sim and whatnot. You got 3 folders, you believe? Welcome to the wonders of PC, where your hard drive gets filled up with mods. So you guys have a load of folders with mods. I have, when I'm making a map, my desktop literally gets rammed with all folders all over the place for work, for things I'm doing with the map or things I want to do with the map. Buildings I might consider using, assets, benches and things like that that I might add into the map. And then when the map is officially out and I clear my desktop off and I go, oh wow, I can actually see my desktop again. That's what it looks like. That's the picture I chose to have on my desktop, which has changed now to the picture from Ebony Island. It used to be the picture from Riverview. Been that one for a few years, and because of streaming I decided to remove the picture of my son, or one of my sons, off. Yes, I have 3 as well. 1 personal, 1 I play Riverview server, and 1 for all my mods, mod edits and testing. I'm running 2 hard drives. Oh, wow, I just deleted over 3k mods, Roy. It was getting in. Yeah. Yeah, that might make your hard drive run a little bit faster there, Fury. Fury's become the new mod hub. He could host all the mods on his computer. Remember when I said that looked good? The original idea. Do you really think you'd finished? Unfold. You mean I want to unfold it? You need to fold up the mowers. They was folded. I didn't ask you to do that. Okay. I have 5 hard drives. Wow. Okay, drop the tool. Let's drop the front tool as well. Let's go. Let's clear that. Looks like one of your kids mowed that field. Yeah, I think one of my kids broke my mower. Right, let's go to the front mower and unfold that one. You unfold the mower. Jeez. There we go, now they're working. Wow. I think I'll have to bring the rake down here and rake this field down. Why am I doing? I didn't need the. Well, actually, I did need the back mower going, didn't I? Because there's some wide patches. Probably don't need the back one going though. Not for now. So I lowered it down to, what was it, 5.7, 5.8 meters, and it still wasn't enough. Hmm. And the working width of these mowers are meant to be 10 meters. Hmm. Okay. And when I'd set them to 10 meters, there was way too, they was halfway in the in the field, or the starting location, or Fury mode. No, I think Fury mode's a bit better than this. Don't you, Fury? I know you're talking about yourself, but I'm sure you do a much better job than the cosplay just did. Fury must have been thinking about lunch. Facts. Okay. So we're going with it's Fury's fault. Fury mowed the field and but was thinking about lunch. It's that bakery, isn't it, Fury, up the road? Um, the one that you can't see from here. Up by that castle, though. The time, wow, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I said I was coming on here and I was going to get these this contract all finished today. All these contracts finished today, even. Yeah. How's that working out, huh? Good job I haven't got to be up in the morning. Well, technically I have, but well, I'll get all the sleep I need when that day comes. You know. Until then, let's do some farming, or let's fix some bad AI. And I can kind of deal with the small strips down the middle between each row, but how the hell did it miss a strip this wide? That's the one thing I don't like when you're getting close to anything, the shadows from the clouds above. I don't like that. Because it may, from my perspective, I think I've left something up in the sky, and it's like, have I left something up there that shouldn't be up there? And it's causing a shadow. Right, we'll go with that. Say that that's all done. You know, the little tufts there, well, there are lots of little tufts there lying around we're fine with. This can go back to the farm. All nice and dirty. Perfect. Sorry, I wasn't looking to see if there's any cars coming the other way. I've kind of got my cup in my hand. I'm trying to drink my coffee before it goes too cold. So any traffic coming would have had to wait. Another car that stops as I go past it. Giants, you need to fix the collision pickup on the AI vehicles. What I don't get is before they did one of the updates, the AI traffic actually did work really well. You could send hired drivers to a destination and it would get there and the AI traffic wouldn't just stop in the middle of the road. And then they decided to have a play with the AI traffic. Pick up points and... yeah. I was on my side of the road and he still stopped. You can see why people don't have traffic on. Especially those who are role-playing. Are they stopping because of the mower? Are they picking up the hitbox on the mower? Hang on, in fact, I think I've got a pallet, haven't I? A drum that I can fill with fuel. Maybe I should do that. And then I don't need that fuel trailer. I could just take a drum of DEF and diesel and into a field. Oops, maybe a bit too far back. It's okay. Damage isn't a thing yet. God help us if Giants ever do put damage into the game. Could you imagine? There used to be a mod in 17 that I'm sure you had. It didn't show you visual damage, but it would if you banged your equipment around, it would add to the wear rates. That was a fun little mod. Now, where are we parking you? Back here, isn't it? In here. Because you're done for now. Let's bail this one up. We won't rake it. We'll just bail it. And for once, we'll stay out of first person. Even though I do prefer to be in first person. You know what? Thinking about it, I should have had a ship out there, shouldn't I? Going across. That'd have been, I'd have added to, added a little bit more. Added some life to the map. Which one was it? Was it FS11? I think it was. I had a UFO in the map there. That was interesting. It was done as a practical joke, and it wasn't added in FS. I didn't put it in the map in 13, but or was it 13? It came out. I'm sure it was 11. But back then I was learning giant editor, so I was dabbling in everything, adding extra fruit types, adding there was a mod that, or a feature that came out that a modder had made, where it was like a pallet spawner. But what you would do is you put it in where you have your sheep, and it would it'd be like a conveyor system, and when a pallet spawned, because they always spawned full, they didn't spawn and then slowly fill up, they was full from the get-go. It would move down the conveyor, and you chose how many conveyor parts you wanted to have for this particular system. So you could have the conveyor system as big as you wanted, so you could store as many pallets as you wanted, and when it reached the end, it would all start backing up. and which meant that you didn't have to worry about your pallet collection. You could just easily go in there and pick your pallets up and go on your merry way, and know that your sheep are still producing. That was a fun little mod. A nightmare to implement into the map at the time, but was fun because it was all in German. So watching the video and couldn't have the translation on, so watching the video and following suit how that person does it, and then going, okay, and obviously couldn't I don't understand German, so I couldn't read the German text, so it was going by what I knew about the Giants editor, and then all the line of code that you had to add in luckily my uncle could understand some German and he was there to help out. Fun times. Over by this field, these trees on my left, they're going to die. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's been watching the F1 videos I've been putting out. They're all pre-recorded. I've finished playing the game now. I'm done with F1 Manager for now, or at least doing a series on it because I've now got a car that can destroy the field. So I was like, yeah, okay, maybe not. Same with Stranded Alien Dawn. I'm done with that game for now. So all of them videos are pre-recorded all the way up until March, I think it was, for F1 Manager. March, maybe May, something like that. What could I say when we don't want to drop that bale yet, thank you. Not just yet. We'll drop the bale once we've there we go, once we've lined up with this. So I'm looking as to what I want to bring to the channel next, and I might bring Airport CEO, a game that I enjoy and or did enjoy playing, and it's kind of like Airport is it Airport Tycoon that was out? What's the other one that was similar to it? I think it's Airport Tycoon or Airline Tycoon. Always on a corner. Really? Or Airline Manager, Airline... Anyway, you're in charge of building an airport. You start off with great planes or the ability to accept great planes for landing, and you offer them services of parking up, refueling, maintenance, things like that, and then you send them on their merry way when they're done, and you just accept contracts and schedules for them. And then you can go into actual airlines where you're then responsible for flight plan, or not flight plans, but commercial airlines. And it's not a graphical game. It's kind of like those who played Project, not Project Zomboid, well, yeah, Project Zomboid's an example of one, or Factorio, or Who's an Architect. It's kind of like that, or like them kind of games. But I love my building games. They're a nice way of just sitting back, relaxing, and going, "Oh, I created that. Good night." You know, the end of it. Oh, the other one was Dyson Sphere, was another game that was on the possible agenda. Because Farm Sim I'm keeping as a stream only series, so I won't be playing this off cam. Airport CEO, if I do bring that, or whatever game I bring, would end up being on off cam only. But I don't do actual videos. I stream them privately and then I schedule them as a release date, because I don't edit my videos. So what's the point in doing them as a video? Oh, we got that bit there, haven't we? Yeah, the strips that the AI missed. Might take a while. Can. Yeah, you may as well save, but that one. Still says only 128 bales, but it doesn't say how many in this session. Does this tell me? Info. 403 bales. See if that goes up. Is that right? There's 403 bales on the field. On all the fields. That can't be right, surely. We'll be here all week. Why is it 24 bales that the auto stacker can carry? 24, 26. I think it's 24, isn't it? And right. Apparently we have 404 bales, including this one. Oh my god. Wow. So the statistics screen doesn't count contract bales as bales that you've made. Interesting. I don't get why, because you still made them regardless. Or is it because this baler, or the mod that I've got, adds a bale counter, so until I actually cash them in, they're not theoretically there. It wasn't made. So how that's going to work? Only once they're cashed in are they considered actually have been, that they was a thing. I guess we'll find out. While you're unloading, yes, I'm only active. You was Tedding, you was Tedding. Okay, well, we're not going to be doing them. we've got our own grass field that we can go and mow for hay bales, which we will have to do at some point, because I didn't even realise that we actually owned. I completely forgot that we own this field that's ready for mowing. Even probably got one more stage on it though, hasn't it? Because I don't know how much grass the sheep have got left in their trough. So we'll definitely need more hay bales at some point. Okay, I've got a fly in here that's bugging me. It's got like 20 lives. I've already tried to kill it a bunch of times. Without success, apparently. What have I got a deer running through my combine for? So I think after I've got all of this field baled, I will off to bed. Brilliant stream, catch you in the next one. Thank you, Slow, for dropping in. It's been good to see you, good speaking with you, and hopefully catch you in another stream or in somebody's chat at some point tomorrow or another day. Until then, take care and have fun. I think after I've baled this field, I'll be doing what Slow's doing and heading off to bed. And then the next time I stream this, we'll be picking up the bales and taking them to the bale market. We are going to have so many bales left over by the end of all of this. And of course, the cow barns that are on this map are not the feeding robot kind. They're just the manual feeding. So, yeah. I will have to improvise, get a TMR mixer somewhere. But we need cash. And we've got a lot of wheat growing at the moment, so we can start stockpiling for the chickens. We've got a lot of eggs that we're going to sell in the winter, and we'll have even more by winter time. So, yeah. So what we might do is end up selling these bales when they rather than storing them, just sell them all, and then before we cash in on the contracts, so that they remain as silage bales, rather than storing them back at the farm. You see, this is why they put the passenger script in, really, wasn't it? So that somebody in the passenger seat could have the rifle and just shoot the deer and the birds from entering your field and unwanted visitors. And that would be fun. I'd happily sit in the passenger seat and do that. Or is it tomorrow, Thursday? What have I got planned for tomorrow? Apart from a movie with the kids. In fact, I think it's 2 movies with the kids tomorrow, because we was meant to have watched one today or yesterday, as the case may be now, or as the case is now. But we was out all day, so it'll probably be 2 movies with the kids, and then see how I feel. But I might be streaming Farm Sim again tomorrow. Might. We'll see. If I am, then it will be after 10 p.m. when most likely when everybody's gone to bed and I haven't got to worry about disturbing my my son, who's my youngest son, who doesn't like going to bed until his mum goes to bed. So he falls asleep on his mum's lap. He's only 2, just gone 2. She doesn't go to bed until around about 10 o'clock. And I used to do when I did stream before I met my partner, I used to stream from 7 o'clock because it was more easier for me, you know, being a single parent, get up for the kids on the morning. Kind of a bit more difficult now. These deer they've had some cigarettes. No, not cigarettes. They've had something in. This grass has definitely given them some energy. Jeez, power food. They're mocking me, really, aren't they? Because they know I play Hunter Call of the Wild, and they're going, well, you can't shoot us, you can't run us over, you can't do anything to us, so we'll just run around in circles and annoy you and go, haha. Revenge for all the animals that you've killed on Hunter Call of the Wild. I'll just have to kill extra on Hunter Call of the Wild then. Yeah, I might stream this tomorrow, or I might stream Hunter Call of the Wild. We'll see. I do want to get these contracts done and dusted, and then move on to something else. And we're in day 2 of May. I think one thing that they could add, Giants could add into the game is more to do with crop DLC. So you can't harvest a crop because it's too moist, for example. You've had a rainfall, a downpour, and you've got to wait, even if it's a game day or something like that, makes seasons actually work more efficiently, or how seasons should work. I think that's the step Giants need to take. Because seasons isn't really seasons, it's just a glorified version of the base game that we've got right now. It'll make seasons work as seasons should work, or be. Did we really miss all that? Wow. Well, if we have enough left over for a bale, or we have a bale halfway full or something, then we'll go and collect little bits so we can get that last bale out. If you want a fun fact, you could actually theoretically cancel your contracts once you've baled everything up, and then go and pick all your bales up, let them ferment, and then go and sell your bales and get much more money for them, because you still keep the bales even after the contract's completed, as long as they're wrapped up. As long as they're bales, sorry. Even if they're not wrapped up, you can go and wrap them up after. You don't have to own the land to do it and pick them up. But you do have to bale them. But once you've done that, you could cancel your contracts, let them ferment, and then go and sell them, and you'd make a lot more money by doing it. We're not going to do that because, you know, it's cheating, but technically driving like this is cheating, you know, but my drone is very efficient, apparently. My driver's much better at multitasking than me, let's put it that way, if I've got a drone. Right, let's turn you off and go and find some clumps of grass to pick up. See if we can't get another bale. Look at all these pretty lines I'm drawing on this field with my 8 wheels. We got anything down this end? We might have something up there. Yeah, actually we do. We're at 91% and we're in the trees. Yeah. Where I see that Atmas from the Shanty Boys is streaming on Ebony Island tonight. Is he? Awesome. I hope he has fun on there. I really do. Yeah, Is he live now, or has he scheduled it? Okay, we might not get enough on this field to do that bit. And of course we've took the mower back, so we can't mow the little bits. Okay. Well, you know what we can do? We can go, on the way back to the farm, we can drop into a couple of fields that we have mowed and baled and see if there's any... Oh, wrong side of the road. Yeah, that was my bad. Don't worry. Just about to start. Well, I know what I'll be watching when I get done streaming then. His channel name is Matt, so easy to... uh, I don't know what would happen if you put the link in chat. CBW, I don't know if it would time you out or anything. I haven't got any rules, I don't think. Off to bed, Roy. Have a good stream, and I hope you and your family have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you, B&K. It's much appreciated, and thank you for dropping in, and I hope yourself and your family all have a wonderful Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you again. Take care, bud. Black Spike. It's all them deers running around. They're probably going mad now because they've got no grass to eat. Oh, we have got bits in here, look. That'll be enough to... Ooh, can't see anything. There we go. We're going to be full. Oh, we got plenty in here to fill this up. That's for definite. Is that a big chunk of grass, or is that... Yeah, there is a big chunk of grass right behind that bale. Awesome. That's what we like to see. See, there's a reason why you miss bits when you're picking it all up. For those moments when you go, yeah, I could do one more bale. Let's fold that up. Look, there's deer on this field as well. Well, I think it was clear. I hope it was clear. Yeah, it was clear. There couldn't just mirror it was clear. Clear. Well, was. I really don't like the road on this section of the map. Oh, Wow, it's actually clear at the junction. That means they're all going to be waiting at the bridge, doesn't it? Where they always wait for Average when he's going to or from the farm. They always seem to congregate there. Look, there's one, sneaky bugger. Wow, they ain't here. Damn. What happened to all the traffic? Did it get lost? So we finally baled all of the fields, and our fields are looking good. Lots and lots of more baling to come. Straw bales, which are always fun. I don't know if you belong in there. I can't remember where I used to park you, but we're parking you in there now. That'll do. Very good. And let's park you in this one. There we go. How many hours have you got on you? 36, and you've got 33, and you have got 51. Okay. Well. So yeah, we will be picking these bales up first, because they've got to go here. And then we'll pick up them bales and we'll work our way down through these fields. And then hopefully by the time we've got all of them 4 fields, 5 fields even, all done, the bales that are left on these 2 fields will be ours, and then we can choose our destination for them. Thank you, CBW. It's been fun having everybody here, people to talk to, and you guys made it a lot more fun. Much appreciate everybody dropping in. And lots of bales to pick up. Oh yes, lots and lots of bales. We'll get to casino bales by the end of it, and by the time we pick them all up, all the wheat fields will be ready to be baled and or harvested, and then we'll look at the straw and go, more bales. Lovely. Although we might get a forage wagon and pick up some straw and fill the cow barns up with straw for bedding before we bale it. So that might cut back on a lot of bales that we have, or would cut back on the amount of bales that we'd have to make and store, because we've already got some there. Anyway, I'm going to thank you all for coming, and if I do stream tomorrow, then hopefully I'll see some of you there. If I don't, then it'll be Friday when I am scheduled to stream again, which will be, we don't know what game yet. It depends on what wins the vote. But it'll be with the Monkey Show, and which is mostly made up of the testers. So feel free to drop in. If it's Wreckfest, for example, those of you who've got the Wreckfest on PC, you're more than welcome to join. And if it's ETS, then again, if you've got it on PC, you're welcome to join us. But whatever it is, we'll find out on that day which will be literally on that day. And we go live at 7 p.m. UK time, and we finish at 10 p.m. So we do a 3-hour stream on a Friday. So if I don't see you tomorrow, then I'll see you Friday. Until then, take care, have a good one, and more importantly,